Milan Mutalik here. I'm a seasoned HR professional. Welcome to Let's Catch Up, Interact, and Share session. It's a unique opportunity to engage with experienced professionals and young entrepreneurs. The experts share their insights and practical experiences, which will provide all of us with the knowledge across various fields, seek actionable insights which can enrich our personal and professional growth. This initiative is started in March 2025 and lucky enough to have more than 8 leaders from various fields with the expertise we could engage them in our podcast. I would request you to follow the link to have a glance over the podcast and the interesting topics which we have dealt with. Today, let me start with a very small story, and we are going to engage, obviously, one more entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur, into our podcast. The story of three merchants. Centuries ago, a wise king ruled over a valley where the mountains met the desert. Wanted his kingdom to grow with the trade and merchandise. Wanted to choose a royal advisor. So he thought of having a right, eligible person and a deserving person to hold that position. Thus, early morning at the sunrise, he summoned 3 ambitious young merchants to his palace gates. He handed each one of them exactly the same thing, a single polished grey river pebble. Take this, the king commanded, go into the world for 1 year, use this pebble to build something great. He who returns with the most value shall be named as a royal advisor. The first merchant took and looked at the stone and felt insulted. It is just a rock, he muttered. The king mocking us. He put the pebble in his pocket and went back to the shop. He worked hard as his usual business, but ignored the stone entirely. A year later, he returned and handed the king back the same pebble. The second merchant saw the pebble as a tool. He went to the village square and used the smooth stone to sharpen the knives of a local butcher's. He earned few copper coins, brought a grinder, and eventually opened a small tool sharpening stall. A year later, he returned with a bag of 50 gold coins. The third merchant looked at the pebble and saw a story. He traveled to a distant city where people had never seen the unique grey slit of home valley. He placed the pebble into silk-lined box and told the local sultan that this is a mountain hard stone, a rare jewel of endurance from a great king's picks. The sultan was so moved by the story that he traded a fine stallion for it. The merchant traded the stallion for shipment of rare spices and spices for a fleet of merchant wagons. A year later, a third merchant returned not with the coins, but with a caravan of 300 camels carrying silk, jade, linians, established a new trade route between two kingdoms. The entrepreneurial lesson from this is everyone gets an opportunity. One saw it as a burden, the other saw it as a tool, the third one saw it as a vision and a story and a connection. We are going to meet such a personality who has built the enterprise from the opportunity which he has got and he made it big. So let me welcome Mr. Santosh Kotnis for you. Santosh Kotnis, a founder CEO of Spring Up Labs. Santosh Kotnis is a serial entrepreneur, global business leader, and an investor with over 2 decades of experience building, scaling, and transforming technology-led organizations. He has co-founded multiple technology companies. Being an angel investor, he has developed various organizations, different business models, raised a growth capital, and served roles spanning board member, CEO, and business unit head. A seasoned global executive, Santosh brings deep expertise across strategies, operations, financial management, having led organizations from early stage startup to a large international enterprise. Known as a strong change agent, he has constantly driven organizational transformation and growth and operational excellence. Earlier in his career, Santosh managed $1 million P&L as offshore business unit head. A leading Norwegian IT services company he has worked at. Subsequently, as a CEO of a boutique IT service company, he delivered 38% CAGR growth, successfully expanding the business across Europe and other global markets. Currently, a CEO of Spring Up Labs, Santosh focuses on helping organizations modernize their delivery and engineering models through AI-enabled software, engineering, outcome execution, and innovation framework, such as build, operate, transfer, and global capability centers, GCCs. Beyond his entrepreneurial journey, Santosh is a frequent speaker at the national and international conferences and a contributor to a magazine on emerging technology trends and business strategy. Deeply passionate about education and mentoring, Santosh serves visiting faculty at the leading institutions, including Geneva Business School, IIM Nagpur, IIT Ghaziabad, IIT Bombay, and the others where he teaches international business strategy and entrepreneurship. Santosh is a mechanical engineer from IIT Mumbai and MBA from University of Akron, OH, USA. Here, let's start the interaction with Santosh. Thank you, Santosh, for your time. Let's start. Hi, Santosh. Welcome to the podcast. Let's catch up, interact, and share. And I'm going to have a few questions asked to you about your journey. Okay. So my first question to you is: start of your journey typically. Can you share your entrepreneurial journey and what inspired you to start your own thing or own business, as I would say?
Sure. I mean, first of all, Milind, thank you so much for having me here. It's such an inspiring thing to be part of this session.
Thank you.
Entrepreneurial journey. I had this in my mind even though when I was working as an executive earlier in a large enterprise. So what I felt was that I can do better control over the overall things. I can add better value to my customers, because when you are in a part of a large organization, so you are bounded by certain processes, policies and all.
Yes.
So I thought I might do direct thing,
okay,
and then try to add value to the customers. And I think this came in. But primarily, I think the inspirational thing came in when I was in the campus as a student.
Okay.
In IIT. In those days, Mr. Nilekani and then Mr. Murthy, and then all of these people used to come there. And I think the seed, I must say, was during the campus.
Absolutely.
And I saw all these motivating personalities, and then that's where I felt like, okay, I can do something. In fact, I must admit that I got delayed.
Okay.
I think I should have started much earlier than this. But that's like a starting point. And I think inspiration was there while I was in the campus, but got overall experience and knowledge and connects what not to do kind of a knowledge during all my enterprise days, and then I think that's how the spin.
Wonderful. So I would rather pick up points like the inspiration was coming from the stars or the heroes which made this India industry go in a great way, or entrepreneurship too. You wanted to set your own things more than being there in the part of the whole stuff. Nothing, I wouldn't say that anything is late. You have been there on the journey and you're too young even today to make a difference. So I think wonderful. Let's start with the second question. Okay, what were some of the biggest challenges you have faced in the early stage, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, that's a very interesting thing, and then I think a key point when somebody starts from an enterprise to become an entrepreneur. While I'm in an enterprise, I am part of that company. For example, if I am say Infosys, then people know Infosys, so I'm part of Infosys. So the doors open very easily for me if I'm part of a larger organization. So the first challenge I got was when I started my company. So nobody knew except I was there, like people knew me, but nobody knew Spring Up, nobody knew about my business, what it do, and these kind of things. So that was a challenge, opening the door. While these doors opened pretty fast, pretty easily when I was in enterprise, but now I have to do a little bit of an extra thing. But again, thanks to all.
So I feel the brand and credibility matters. But credibility can be proved. But brand is a foot in the door kind of a situation.
It's a foot in the door kind of situation.
Yeah, and
so,
how did you overcome that challenge?
What really helped me is I think I put my personal credibility to my customers. So my first 4 or 5 customers were all whom I worked with, who were my customers in the past, who they have changed their companies, and then so do I. They gave a first piece of business with a little doubt in their mind whether they will be successful or not. But I think they went with this personal credibility. I think thanks to them, one led to another, another led to another. Now we can go and then
absolutely. So, though I would rather say you're saying the credibility is needed to be proven, but the relationships help.
Relationships.
Where you have somewhere earlier you have made that bond and trust with them,
yes,
and that enables you to go to the next stages.
I think that's an absolutely brilliant point, and I think somewhere people knew that Santosh will deliver.
Absolutely.
And then he will make things happen. And I think that was the relationship I think thanks to all my old colleagues because of which I could able to build that relationship.
Wonderful.
And I think I kind of utilized them.
I think the best takeaway is make good friends, create the trust, and deliver the things that will create your credibility.
That's correct. Yeah? That's correct. Yeah.
Wonderful. Santosh, the third question to you is, what key strategies or actions contributed the most to your business's growth? So that 1, 2, 3 you want to pick up and say, others can learn out of it.
Yeah. So if I can pick 3 important things, is one is customer focus, or I would say customer obsession.
Right.
And that is essential thing. Because everybody wants that kind of a focus, that kind of a value add, and keeping customer in the center of what all we do. And secondly, most important thing, what I realized through a lot of mistakes, of course, is having a right set of people who can support you. Because whether it is a startup or a large company, you cannot run the show all by yourself. So you need to have a full set of people who can own their delivery, own the customers, and then who can contribute to your journey. So that's my second thing. Third thing, most important part, what I always felt is the culture in the organization. Because when you are small, this culture plays an important role, because you cannot pay like a large organization. You cannot have much more sustained pipeline of the business, say like on-site and all.
Absolutely.
Are part of that. So we cannot provide that kind of a thing. So what really helps us while we were small, we are still small, this culture, like say how we can build that supportive culture, so that people who come here, they enjoy working, and then like say we all can have fun in delivering to the customer. We might have made mistakes. I will not say that we are clean history. We made certain mistakes in not keeping a focus in one of the project, or we misunderstood the importance of the people in that project. But the important thing is that always I would like to keep these three things in my mind. The first is the customer obsession, second is the team to support me and my management team, and the third thing is the culture. Of course, a long journey to be made.
Absolutely. But the foundation is created, and your foundation, I could rather pick up 3 C's, as you said,
Yeah.
The first one you said customer.
Yeah.
The second one I picked up is capable resources. Okay, in terms of manpower, in terms of whatever you would say,
Right.
technologies and others.
Correct.
And the third one, most important, is culture
Yeah.
of a trust and ownership, where they are
Yes.
ready to accept you and not wait for only the perks and other areas which are moreover internal motivation rather than a lot of freebies and other things which are being given.
Yeah, I think that is most important. For example, we don't call people on weekend unless and until there is absolutely needed.
Absolutely.
You will find no one after 7 o'clock here on this floor except me.
Yeah, obviously, because I think that means they feel like working here, kind of a culture needs to be
correct. So that is what we I mean, as a management team, we wanted to build as, and then as I said, like long journey yet to be made.
Yes, but the foundation is
there. We are working towards that, and most importantly, what I would say is, as a management team, we are conscious about these 3 things.
Wonderful.
And
so fourth C that it is conscious management. Very well said. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Is how did you manage your resources, as we say 6 M's, like men, material, market, motivation, management, whatever you say, the rest of the M's which they talk about, okay, in the initial phase of your business, and what advice you would like to give to a new entrepreneurs regarding this 6M management?
Yeah. This is a very interesting question, because when you start your business, these are all at a constraint.
Yes.
Money is a constraint, men are a constraint, and marketing. It's like all these 6 M's are a constraint. So I think we are lucky enough, maybe I was lucky enough to start off the business with one paid customer, and then that led to, save that money and then invest in, got one salesperson, and then he got another lead, and then this is a chain of things. But now, most important thing is, like all wise men say, that cash is the king.
Yes.
Say retain as much as cash as
Absolutely.
And then as a founder, obviously, it's true with every founder. Salary is paid first to the employees, and then if remaining, then you take salary. And it's not like don't prioritize your salary then over anybody else. And then, so men, obviously, as I said in the second question, blessed with the right set of people who doubled up. Like say, even today I have one person who doubles as an admin person, as an IT person, he's a billable person. There's one more guy who takes care of pre-sales and sales and delivery, these kind of things. Right? So we had no choice, because we were a small company, and then we had to double down. But I think fortunate enough to have a team who understands the need of this, and then doubled up, and then gave good companionship with me. So the core team, the core management team, whatever we have, I think that is still there. And I think that is one important point to mention here, because that is how I could able to come out.
Absolutely.
Important thing what I need to mention is while you start like initial 1-2 years, you will not have too much of a cash conservation. It's like a month on month. Like say customer pays and then you pay the salary.
Yeah.
Initial what I call as a dry days, and it's better to work with those customers who pay you.
Okay.
Not like pond-wise, penny-foolish kind of guys who pick you up and then don't pay. It's better to cut that tail rather than working with them and then increasing your debt. And a simple financial thing. But some philosophy, some thought process, some discipline like this, I would say, Of course, did I think about that earlier? No, I did not. Did I know this earlier before I started? No. But I think as long
you jump into it and know
yes,
the scene.
and
I think wonderful points made by you. One very important message which I could take out of it is number one, conserve the cash.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So money when you earn, don't
Yes.
spend, conserve it, and the priorities are
Correct.
obviously people.
Correct.
If you pay the people well, they'll
Yeah.
stay. Today, as you said, there are multipliers with who are able to do more than one job.
That's
So
correct.
you have multiplier, resources. You have money being conserved. You understand. One of the most important tip which you gave is go to the customers who are able to pay you in time.
Correct.
Don't go with the big names only,
Correct.
where the pay could be, you would have a great work to do, but initial days you need to create your foundation with right working capital
Correct.
and cash flows which should be working out well.
Correct.
So
My
I think-
first couple of customers were paying in advance.
Yes, I think that helps. big
That
way.
helps. That helps. And I think, as I said, did I know that all? No, obviously no. But I think it will come all along when you start.
Very well, very well. I think these are some of the practical tips which would help people that on the go also you can make this happen.
Yes.
You don't have to be, kind of. But anyways, you have been IIT person. You have been a management graduate from US. So all this would be in your, backyard. You have to only bring it up while on the run.
Yes.
Good. Thank you. The fifth question to you, Santosh, is about mentorship. So, what role do mentorship and networking played in your entrepreneurial journey? Can you talk about any of the significant connections or mentors that influenced you?
Yeah. No, I think this is a very, very important point because mentors play a huge role. And initial days, I was contacting, or still do, the person who sits here.
Yeah.
He been there and done this kind of ventures a couple of times already. And for every small thing I used to run and then seek his help, how to do this, how to do that, some inputs. And there are a couple of other guys who sit in Germany. Both of them, they were my customers earlier. Now they are partners. So got influenced a lot by them. I mean, their thought process, how they see a bigger picture, how they put customer in place, and then how they prioritize the delivery. And in spite of that thing, if something goes wrong, how they keep cool and then still focus on the quality of the deliverables. I think this is what I was observing. And then, in fact, I took a formal mentorship, like a 30 minutes, and how to do this and those kind of questions. Important point is this something new for me? I mean, am I doing the customer delivery for the first time in my life? No.
Yeah.
Spent like 8 years in the US and then being with the customers, then in Europe being with the customers. So I pretty much knew. But when you are delivering your own stuff, like say when you are delivering part of your own entrepreneurial journey, then the pressure is different.
Yes.
I mean, if you're doing it for somebody else, the pressure is different. What I felt is maybe you call it a belongingness,
Absolutely.
or a pressure, or a reputation, or a little consciousness in the mind that okay, this guy trusted me, so I should not let him or her down, kind of a thing. This was different. And some of the money lessons, what I earlier said. So these all came from typical entrepreneurs who have been there and done that. So this was very instrumental. I mean, we keep talking about the role of mentors offline
Absolutely.
as well. And no matter what I might have done in life, so I still need motivation. I still need
Absolutely.
and might not ask for a formal mentorship now, but I still need and seek that kind of a guidance. And then, in fact, how you built this or how you built, let's say, last time when we met, I asked you,
Yes.
what are the best practices you built at your organization? So those kind of things will continue.
Absolutely. So yes, definitely. I think some of the best points which are made are mentorship, to be, absorb something, you need to be open mind. And I think that is something which you showed. You said, yeah, I knew, but still I wanted to have a confirmation, because that layer of responsibility is increased, and I'm on the top of that layer.
Correct.
As an owner of the deliveries.
Correct.
Instead of the organization which is delivering, and I am a major part of
Correct.
it. That's the first part. Two, learning from the people, and you said great way that your clients have become your partners.
Yes.
Nothing more than that to say how did you made your winning strategy happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have been a mentor, as I know very well, at various institutes, management institute, engineering colleges, but still you're seeking for learning of a new things from a different avenues, whichever are possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the message which I take is mentorship is a journey.
Yes.
It's a lifelong journey of learning.
Yes.
And you need to keep your mind open.
Yes.
Your cup empty to fill it up with the new things.
So true. So
yeah.
true. So
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Santosh, last question comes to you is more in terms of looking ahead, what your future goals are for your business, and what advice, based on your experience so far, you would like to give it to aspiring young entrepreneurs hoping to achieve similar success like you?
Yeah, sure. We'll divide this question in two parts.
Sure.
One is the goal part. Goal,
Yes.
Even in goal, I would like to divide this answer in two things. One is, obviously, we have a 3-year goal. Written it down. I mean, it's on my desk. 2028, we want to reach 50 CR more, that kind of a thing. The second, I would say, part of this goal is that can we expand? We are already having our own entity in Germany and in Norway, working in the US. So can we expand our footprint, try to serve more customers? That's the growth is
Absolutely.
I certainly have an idea. Second part of the goal is that I have put a ridiculous wish in my mind that can I go and list Spring Up in stock exchange
Okay.
by 2030.
Great.
Okay,
Yeah.
so up to an extent, I'm so obsessed with this wish is, if you see my phone's screen, it says that hypothetically picture me going and bringing the stock market kind of a thing. I mean, I'm kind of obsessed with that wish.
Lovely.
And would like to chase that dream.
Absolutely.
I mean, of course, at this stage where I look today, where I stand today, looks little high call, but let's see a bigger dream. So that's my whole idea. The second part of your question, you said, what are the advice to the young entrepreneurs? So only thing is, entrepreneurship looks very tough from the outside.
Yeah.
And it happened with me. That, as I say, like one regret I have in my life is that I should have started at least 10 years back,
Okay.
if not more. So what I would say is that when you have a proper energy, proper will to do it, start it out. I mean, it's not like as difficult as it appears from the outside. I mean, I learned it in a hard way. But one thing is that what I would like to advise is that don't repeat the regret what I am living with today is starting
early.
Yeah. So start early, and then you will figure out. I mean, you will figure out a way how to come out of it, how to be successful. And I think it's starting at the right time is very, very important.
Lovely. Okay, I pick up this very good thing, keeping your goal in front of your eyes. That's something which you have done as a practical thing. Next 3 years goals are there with you. You're aspiring and dreaming bigger than probably you think could be a hard call, but still you have taken that. I want to get listed. 3, very right plan of being global, expanding your footprint into various other regions and in global territories and other areas. I think this gives the business a kind of a forward-looking and the path to grow with.
Yeah.
The second part which you said is very important, and I think you have been of the opinion, I could see from your earlier responses also, that jump into the things. Don't wait for others to tell you, and do it when you are being more resilient and
Yes.
energetic.
Yes.
To make the
Yes.
things happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think wonderful, takeaway for a lot of young entrepreneurs, that don't wait. You hear this out and see that you should have started early.
Yes.
Rather than waiting. So
Yeah.
that's the advice from Santosh.
Yeah.
So Santosh, it was great interacting with you. We did, very quick rounds. First of all, thanks for your time. And I'm sure, we'll meet again. We'll expand this, interactions more and take away from you more. And all the best to you for that target of 2030. We'll keep our friendship on, because then we'll be part of the IPO.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here.